First of all, as we mentioned before, and we all have to buy into this because the nature of Bani Adam, kullu khatta'in, kullu Bani Adam khatta'un. All of Adam's children, they make mistakes. We all have to buy into that. There's no human being who is infallible except one, and he is the Nabi of Al-Islam, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sallam. So we encourage all of you brothers, no matter where you come from, no matter who your sheikh is, no matter who you're being taught by, never go overboard in any scholar in Al-Islam. And we're talking about the ulama, the real ulama. Never go overboard, because he's not a human being except that he gets it right. You take the most knowledgeable human being, Muslim on the face of the earth, he's going to make mistakes. Make mistakes. So if we are those people who are in abundance, who tell us that we have to make blind following, make taqleed of people, we reject that, because there's no dalil in the deen. From the Quran and the Sunnah, there's no proof to say that you have to blindly follow anyone other than the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And not only that, but blind following is one of the main aspects of Aljahiliyyah. It's one of the main aspects of Aljahiliyyah that the shaitan is able and was able to lead people astray. It's from the Usool of Aljahiliyyah, not from the Usool of Al-Islam. And that's why when the prophets and the messengers came to their people used to always respond to the prophets and the messengers by saying things like, no, we're going to follow what our fathers were doing. We're going to follow what our fathers were doing. We reject what you're saying, Musa, Isa, Ibrahim. Ibrahim's father rejected his call to worship Allah simply because it wasn't the call that Ibrahim's father was upon. All of the prophets and all of the messengers, they had to deal with that. So we can't be like that. We can't be people who say, this is my country, this is my madhab, this is my village, this is what I grew up in, this is la. That's blind following. Blind following is taking someone's position and you don't know what his dalil is and what his proof is. But when you take a person's position and you know his proof and you're convinced that his proof is correct, you're convinced that his proof is correct, that's not blind following. The people have flipped the situation around. If you take a person's position, like our parents are Muslims and they're on Tawheed, they're on Salat, Zakat and all of these issues, and we inherited the religion. But as time has gone on, we've read different things where we are convinced Islam is the truth. We don't call that blind following. We call that al-ittiba'. You're following the truth. So al-ittiba' is to follow the truth because you know what you're doing, and the taqleed is just to take a position and you don't know why you're doing it. You grew up, and when you hear Muhammad's name, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you do like this. If someone asks you, why are you doing that? You say, my mother, my father, they taught me that. My sheikh, my masjid. That's taqleed, because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know why they taught you that, why you're doing it. But if someone said to you, why did you choose Al-Islam as your religion? Why are you a Muslim? Why do you pray? You're going to say, because Allah said it in the Quran, the Prophet did it, and so forth. So that's al-ittiba'. Allah Ta'ala mentioned about Yusuf in the Quran that he said to the people, وَاتَّبَعْتُ مِلَّةَ آبَائِيَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْحَاقَ وَيَعْقُوبَ مَا كَانَ لَنَا نُشْرِكَ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. I follow, I make the ittiba' of the religion of my fathers, Ibrahim, Ishaq, and Yaqub. We will not make shirk with Allah. So he used that word, al-ittiba', I'm following, because he knew what he was doing. He knew that Allah wasn't the sun, the moon, anything other than that. So al-Islam is against what's known in Arabic as al-jamud. Al-jamud is this position that people have where they feel everything that the madhab tells you, there's no room to change it or to alter it. You have to follow the madhab 100%. And there's nothing that we should do new or different. This jamud is against the religion, and it's one of the reasons why the Muslims are backwards today. Backwards in the deen and backwards in the dunya. But especially in the deen. Especially in the deen. When we meet people from different walks of life, Muslims from different backgrounds, and you sit and you talk to them, every single different group, ethnic group, he's going to have his own way of practicing and understanding Islam. But you have to always be in a perpetual state of growing and developing. So everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. And there's nothing wrong with rectifying your mistakes. Nothing wrong with that. Especially when it comes to the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah Ta'ala has commanded us in the Quran, وَلَا تَقْفُ مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٍ. Don't go after, don't put your foot, don't talk about that which you have no knowledge about. That's lying on Allah. وَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنْ افترى على الله كذب. Who is worse, more oppressive than the one who lies about Allah? He makes a mistake and he's saying what's wrong, and then he finds out what he said was wrong, and he's too proud to change the mistake. What's wrong with him? So we want to rectify a few issues that we've said in public about the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal, to bring the clarification to you so that we can free ourselves of any responsibility of misrepresenting the deen of Allah, in the hopes that Allah puts this in our mizan of hasanat yawmul qiyamah, in our mizan of hasanat yawmul qiyamah. But I want to repeat and I want to reiterate, Abdullah, don't be a person who blindly follows people to the degree where you don't use the ni'mah that Allah gave you to know your religion. Don't be like those people. Don't be like those people. And those of you who are older, whether you're older or not, if the truth comes to you, don't be of the people who you can't calm down and say, okay, the truth is not with me. There's nothing wrong with that. No one has a monopoly on the truth. The truth from Allah's name is He is Al-Haq. He is the truth. So the Muslim is individuals, wherever the truth comes from, he's going to take it. Comes from the Yahudi, he takes it. From the lady, he takes it. From his wife, he takes it. From the sheikh, he takes it. If the truth comes from him from a bird, he takes it. Like Adam's son who murdered his brother, he learned how to bury his brother's body, hide his corpse in the earth from an animal. The truth comes from the jinn, shaitan, he's going to take it. The Prophet took the truth, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from people who brought it to him and they weren't on the religion. He supported the truth. When non-Muslims said this is the situation, he took it, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or he confirmed it. So there's nothing wrong with a person saying I made a mistake, and that is the truth.